Our first blind item is about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. It reads, the former A-list singer turned actress producer had to get her dress taken out because she gained almost, wait, why are we even talking about this? Gained almost 10 pounds since her last fitting. Is it because her boyfriend doesn't let her skip meals? I mean, honestly, that sounds like the dream, right? Your boyfriend does not let you skip meals. He makes sure you are well fed. When it comes to Selena, I've been more put off by the way that it seems like her voice has changed. And honestly, I don't mean any hate by this at all. I've just seen clips on TikTok where it almost seems like her jaw has been wired shut, or maybe they made her veneers a little bit too big.
Hi to everybody. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for supporting Rare in any capacity. And I'm so happy that Sephora's in London and I can be here. So hi Annika, how are you? I'm so sorry you're not here, but thanks for being a good sister. I'm gonna send you a little note, okay?
But when it comes to Selena's weight, I feel like that's something that should be off topic, especially because she does have lupus. We all know this, and that can affect your body in so many different ways. Like this person writes, is it because she's on medication and her weight fluctuates? Another person writes, I would not want anyone telling me what or when to eat. Another person adds, generally I would agree with you, but in these circumstances, he's correct. This person adds, a boyfriend who doesn't let his celebrity girlfriend skip meals sounds like a good boyfriend. Now, it seems like Benny and Selena are on a press tour right now because they've got an album coming out. Now they're doing these interviews, and when the pair were asked who takes the longest showers, Selena immediately pointed to Benny Blanco, who not only accepted her answer but explained why he spends so much time under the hot water. Now they answer several bizarre questions in this interview. Let's go ahead and react to this together.
Okay, what is your partner's sexiest feature? I think your eyes.
I can't say mine for you, but
okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I won't say.
All right, next question.
Wait.
Who takes the longest?
Wait, what could it be? Like, what part of her body is something that, I mean, I'm guessing it's something just pervy.
Showers.
Okay, I might not get to shower every day, but when I do, when I feel like I deserve it, I'm in there for so long contemplating life. I sit down in every shower I go into. Have you ever cried in the shower? It's incredible. Do you cry in the shower? Sometimes you just have to have a good cry. I always get death realizations when I'm in the shower. Like I realize I'm gonna die, but it's in the shower, and then I cry about it a little bit, and then it goes away, and then I feel great because I'm the warm water. Okay, next question.
Who cries the most? I think I do.
You. She cries always, like if she sees any video early in the morning that's like a dog, a child,
a
grandparent, some hybrid of all three that we've never even seen before, she cries.
Yeah.
Not the hybrid of all three, but honestly, I've heard of sitting in the shower. I might have sat in the shower a few times before just because you get so tired, especially those days before high school. I would literally fall asleep in the shower. This comment reads, a lavender relationship. You can't convince me otherwise. Another person writes, of course the eyes, because what else? Now that is shady. I mean, honestly, I do appreciate that Benny's personality is coming out a little bit more on this press tour. Another comment questions, what do you mean you don't shower every day? Another comment reads, when I feel like I deserve it is crazy. Now, why people are so hung up on the shower comment is because he did an interview for People's 2024 Sexiest Man Alive issue. Yeah, remember that? Benny was sharing his own philosophies while interviewing with People magazine, and he spoke about not shampooing or conditioning his hair. And he also said that he does not shower every day. He knows some people who shower 2 to 3 times a day, but he says, I feel like the oils on your skin don't have time to rejuvenate and to get juicy. I mean, I could have agreed with the sentiment until he said and get juicy. I don't want to ever be juicy. As for his preferred scent post shower, when he does get around to showering, he says he likes to use Hodge Podge. I want to smell like tobacco. What? But also like cotton candy. I want there to be an aroma as I'm walking by. I want it to smell a little bit like man and a little bit feminine. I mean, he does continue to have his nails painted, his toenails painted, which I find, whatever, do your own thing. I guess Selena is into it. But will you guys be listening to their music that's releasing next month? Comment below. You guys know when it comes to protecting yourself online, you cannot afford to slack. Every day, companies are being hacked and your personal data is being leaked, sold, and used by scammers without you even knowing. And let's be real about the big corporations, they could care less. That's where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. What's great about Aura is it automatically scans data broker websites and removes your personal information, stopping those companies from selling your name, your number, and even your home address. I mean, I'm so tired of those spam calls calls coming through my phone, and if someone tries to use your identity to open an account or to commit fraud, they will let you know in real time before everything spirals out of control. But the best part about Aura is there are so many features. You've got all that, and on top of it, it's also a VPN service. With over 100 locations, you can go and browse the internet privately. So do yourself a favor and go to aura.com/Sloan to try Aura for free for 14 days and find out just how much of your data is already out there. Trust me, you'll be shocked. Thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Oh, Drew Barrymore, she's always kind of a mess, but a little bit extra at SNL 50. This blind item reads, speaking of talk show hosts, this one was drunk, and that's never good for them. If you know about Drew Barrymore's past, you would know that she has had issues with substance use disorder in the past. So this comment reads, I hope it's not Drew Barrymore. This comment reads, God, let's hope it's not her, especially if booze makes her even more loose than she already is. She might flat out crawl into one of her guests' laps and shove her tongue down his or her throat. Okay, well, that's getting very descriptive. Now, here is a scene that this blind item could be referring to from the SNL 50th anniversary sketch that Drew Barrymore was a part of.
Excuse me, I'm such a big fan.
Ooh, gosh, the way that she's getting so close to him, she has no concept of personal space. It drives me crazy. I can barely watch her show. It just pisses me off.
Oh, that's good to see you. That's good.
Maybe she was overacting because it's been a while since she has been on set, but at the same time, that was just really too close, and she has this pattern, which makes us question if she's in her right mind. I mean, Drew has talked about breaking the cycle of alcohol abuse in her famous family, saying that they've had such a hard time with it. Drew says, I think for me, stopping drinking is one of the most honoring things I can do for the Barrymore name, because her entire family has been consumed by alcohol. She said, I'm just like, you know what? This didn't work for our family, and I'm going to stop it. I'm going to be the one to break the link in the chain, and maybe my kids and their kids will be better off for it. And while it might be nice coming from a family of actors, they were all alcoholics. Her grandfather died from alcoholism in 1942. Her father also had a disease from the alcoholism, which I guess took his life. Drew Barrymore claims she was hooked on drugs and alcohol by the time she was a tween and sent to rehab to get sober at 13 years old, which makes me think of like Bad Baby. Like that's when Bad Baby was on Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside. So Drew Barrymore was like her. Imagine that. She says, I was a real wild child and I got so out of control that no one knew what to do with me. They drove me here in the middle of the night and walked me through 2 doors. And when you go through those 2 doors, you do not come out. She explains that she was there for a year and a half, which sounds kind of like, again, like what Bad Baby went through when she was sent to that trauma, like the teen camp to go and traumatize them. Paris Hilton also made a documentary about this. So interesting that Drew Barrymore had the same experience. Because of all this trauma in 2022, Drew recalled that she would use alcohol to numb the pain, but knew that wasn't the answer. She decided to lay off the booze in 2019 and announced her sobriety in 2021.
I don't drink alcohol anymore. I'm not sober. I don't work a program. This is a toxic behavior for me. I couldn't surrender to something nor give it up. I'm never going to be that cool girl with a glass of wine at the party. Like, I'll want 3 bottles. I was like, I will master this toxic behavior of mine. That was a hamster wheel I'd be on my whole life.
Here's another one talking about celebrity eating. Unless you're at the Met Ball, you shouldn't be complaining about how heavy a dress is. Our A-list singer, sometimes actress, was doing just that though. How about eating something? Which I am really over the, Ariana Grande like body shaming situation going on. Now the breaking up of that family and Ethan Slater, that entire situation, that is a mess. We can all recognize that. And I do think that like karma will work its way around, even though I don't necessarily believe, like, I don't know, I don't want to get into karma because karma spooks me. But I actually do genuinely feel for Ariana Grande. I feel like she's a vulnerable person. Even though she does present herself rather tough, it does look like she's going through something. This comment reads, a feather would be too heavy on her. The irony of her brother being on a cooking show right now to learn how to feed his family. Another person adds, that was the kind of dress that gets a stylist fired. Another person writes that she really needs to get help. She's not looking well. Another person adds, her dress didn't look heavy. Terrible, yes, but not heavy. She needs to take care of herself. And this is a fresh article. It reads, fears for Ariana Grande as disturbing image emerges of the star looking painfully thin. It's sad to watch it happen. I mean, maybe she's like incredibly depressed. I mean, she's right now in the middle of Wicked, music, all these things. her relationship. Maybe she's just struggling, truly struggling. This comment reads, I just hope she's okay because I certainly would not be if I were in her shoes and everyone felt so entitled to talk about my body at all times. Another person writes, every time I see a new picture, I feel shocked all over again. It's sad to watch it happen. Health professionals have long warned about having a visible sternum and gaunt cheeks as an adult. It may be a sign of health conditions. Honestly, it's very difficult to talk about. I feel like I need to get this off the screen. Here's a clip of Ariana Grande being interviewed on the red carpet.
I'm so happy to be in London. I'm so honored to be here because we're such an amazing company. And where we shot Wicked, it feels like coming home. And I'm so grateful. And it's so amazing.
One thing I do want to note that every celebrity who attended that award show looked like they were freezing on the red carpet. So I do feel like they were really cold. That could be part of why they don't look well. I noticed everyone had a little bit of a red nose. But that brings us to our next blind item, right away jumping into it. It's about Ariana Grande again. The illness that the A-list singer and sometimes actress suffered, which caused her to miss a panel, was her ED, which is going to unalive her. Whew, we need a trigger warning out here. This comment reads, when people with eating disorders go vegan or choose a restrictive diet, it's just another way to limit food intake around others and at gatherings. Another comment reads, and if other blinds are to go by, she's apparently taking Ozempic on top of everything. Another comment reads, she looks like her body is now consuming lean tissue, like organs and muscles, which... Okay, I'm literally about to black out reading these. I can't even imagine. I have such bad medical anxiety that I will faint if I deal with blood or think about illnesses for too long or anything like that. Comment below if you guys have that because I'm literally seeing stars right now. I need to move on. Now, I want to bring up this article and really take it with a grain of sand or salt or whatever it is, whatever you're craving. But Ariana Grande sparks health concerns as fans notice her shaking hand. They bring up Zoe up in this article, but they're actually talking about Cynthia Erivo. So that's why I'm I don't really believe this article too much. I mean, how are you getting the celebrity's name wrong, especially Cynthia? Ariana Grande has recently caught everyone's attention with a viral video showing her shaking, which sparked worries about her health. Accompanied by her Wicked co-stars, the footage caught attention when Cynthia, again, why are they bringing up Zoe, was seen comforting her. Fans have flooded social media with messages of support. Here is that clip that everyone is so concerned over.
Today we get to do Popular. Can you believe that we're doing Popular today? It's going to be so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame so that when you experience the film with all the tears and everything else, you feel the joy in every single frame. So I wanted to say that on his behalf.
Now that was one angle of this moment. We have a second one, and here it is.
Great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame so that when you experience the film with all the tears and everything else, you feel the joy in every single frame. So I wanted to say that on his behalf.
It does seem like whatever was happening in that moment, it was distracting for Ariana enough that she couldn't really pay attention to what he was even talking about. One person wrote on this video, the tremors. I cannot believe someone who has had so many people around them is able to appear on stage when they are this sick. Take her to a hospital. Another user expressed concern writing, what is happening in this video? Oh my gosh, she seems unwell. Another person writes, the tremors and the muscle spasms are real. She needs help. Another person asks, what is going on? This doesn't look good at all. Now, there aren't any supporting articles for this next blind item, but since we're talking about Cynthia, I wanted to bring it up. Again, this is very brief, but this foreign-born A-list actress got a little too rough with her plaything the night before the ceremony. She had to pay 5 figures to make it go away and had her lawyer visit late night to get paperwork signed. Again, this is about Cynthia. I don't know who her plaything could be and what's going on with her nails. Maybe you guys can decipher this in the comments below. You guys are so smart. I love when you do that. Of course, Kanye West is up to some shady business. I feel like he's going to have similar allegations to Diddy. The permanent A-list rapper spoke about the SEX tape, but not the SEX of the other participant. Now, of course, Kanye has been doing a lot of talking on social media, and I can't even pay attention at this point. This comment reads, I'm still convinced he paid them off under the table. People don't have media literacy to admit dismissed with prejudice. Now, this is in response to the fact that Jay-Z has now had his case thrown away and it was dismissed without prejudice or with prejudice, which means that it cannot be brought back into court or used as evidence. They continue, the Beehive is working overtime to claim it makes him innocent, and they have cleaners and bots galore. This comment reads, I hope it was consensual for anyone involved. Another comment reads, Kanye and a mystery woman, according to page 6. My favorite quote from the article, hey Kanye, remember that SEX tape I helped take off the market for you in 2012 in Vegas? This person commented, yeah, this Jew didn't forget about what a horrible performance in a small you-know-what you had. Let's take a look at that article. So the headline reads, Kanye West speaks about an alleged $250,000 SEX tape scandal, and it resurfaces after his Bianca Censori divorce drama. Kanye spoke about his alleged resurfaced tape that came out after Hollywood fixer Kevin K.B. Blatt claimed to have stopped the video from going public. The disgraced rapper was responding to a post that was shared by KB on his Instagram, alleging that he stopped the tape from hitting the market. KB, who is Jewish and previously worked in the online adult entertainment industry as marketing and PR specialist, made these claims after Kanye's disturbing anti-Semitic rants. So that's why he made this threat saying, hey Kanye, remember this tape that I helped you get off the market? Well, it is interesting how Kanye is starting to burn these bridges, and they are showing up to let him know. And here is the post that he actually shared on his page. I cannot believe that he is sharing this. I wonder if he has access to this. Plus, I don't know if this would be even legal on Kevin Blatt KB's part. This tweet reads, lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of R-wording a 13-year-old girl is dropped by accuser's attorney. This respondent writes, if you pay it, it will go away, or will it? The public is drooling for justice, and Diddy and Jay-Z will get theirs. This isn't over with this lawsuit quietly being dropped on a Friday Valentine's evening when no one is looking. It's just the beginning. Ooh, that is so spooky, but I'm ready for it. Kanye's social media posts are the latest in a series of bizarre comments that he has made and been deleting as well. KB later told page 6 that he hoped to teach Kanye a lesson with his Instagram attack and his threat of this tape coming out.
Did anybody go on X the last 8 hours? I don't even know if Ye was hacked or if this is actually him. When I tell you the tweets, they just significantly just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I went through every single one. Some of the words I don't even want to show. But as I started reading some of them, I'm like, there's no way. Some of them did sound like something he would say, but then some of them I'm like, no.
Now, the tape was discovered in late 2012, around the time Kanye began dating Kim Kardashian. Kanye was adamant the video would not be released and allegedly paid over $250,000 to keep it sealed. He actually rapped in one of his songs about this. I had a cousin who stole my laptop that I was effing B-words on, and he had to pay him this $250,000 just to get it back. So even his own family has turned on him. And this was all the way back in 2012 as well. Now, KB's attack on Kanye comes after Bianca was exhausted by Kanye's hateful rants and his decision to sell this swastika merch on his website. So she's pulling the plug on their marriage. The source says she's been an awesome wife, an awesome collaborator. She's been through so many crazy moments, but this one may be unsurvivable.
Kanye West is headed for divorce. Apparently people close to both of them said that Bianca Censori is filing for divorce just 11 days after the dress incident. Now bear in mind, this all comes after a slew of Kanye incidences where he's being more Kanye than he typically is. And in this time period, not only is he losing his wife, his agent and agency dropped him, Shopify took down his website, and he lost about $25 million in shows, and that's just so far. Oh, and he's also at risk of losing a $25 million film project because the producers and everybody is about ready to walk out on him, although that decision has not been formally made, at least not at this point in time. Now, as I understand it, Bianca's getting about $5 million, and as of now, she's staying in the house. This is still very early on, very preliminary, but you know what? I don't feel bad for this guy at all.
This next blind item is about Britney Spears. The permanent A-list singer is in no condition to help with her biopic. So if you see a story that she is, the story is wrong. Now, initially, Britney was supposed to be a big part of this project, but I did hear that John Chu, I believe, the director of this, was interviewed on the red carpet, and they haven't really even started anything. This comment reads, Britney Spears, I don't even understand the reason for the biopic. She's still clearly struggling. Another comment reads, it's Britney's body double, bitch. This comment reads, it's because it's Zyra Lila, not Britney. So a lot of people are convinced that Britney's not even who she actually is, that clone conspiracy continues to live on. But a recent article reads Britney Spears' biopic faces uncertainty as the singer's confusing reaction leaves production in jeopardy. After a dramatic bidding war, Universal Studios won the right to the biopic about Britney Spears. But insiders have told The Sun that Britney, who's highly involved in determining the film's story, has been struggling to make up her mind about the movie. The hitmaker, who recently started to date her ex-con Paul again, who we don't like on this channel, has reportedly been changing her mind like the wind while trying to lay out a storyboard for the biopic. One insider said the biopic was in its early stage of developments well before filming would begin, and plenty of ideas have been suggested for possible paths the movie could take. They say as soon as it feels like they're moving in one direction, though, Britney will take it in another. Britney Spears' current manager, Kate Hudson, is an executive producer on the biopic, and in that capacity, he has been reportedly been trying to share ideas between creative team and Britney. But it feels like it's an ever-changing project at the moment with no clear direction. Now, John Chu, who directed Wicked and is directing this movie, said he's not going to rush it out because it's a sensitive story. We're developing it right now, and it's a long road ahead. A very long one, if this blind item is correct.
And you're not stopping. You've signed on to the Britney biopic as well. What can we expect?
I can't talk about the Brit. I saw a lot of headlines today. It's getting a little ahead of the ball here. We're very, very early, but I'm excited. It's a beautiful story. So.
But she will be involved.
Yes, I mean, we had to get her book right, so she's involved, and we'll see what happens from there.
You're teasing me. You're teasing me.
I can't say too much.
I'm waiting on part 2. Now there's biopic.
I know. I do like to tease. I have a lot of breadcrumbs to tease, but I'm not going to do it. I'm resisting, so.
In addition to complicating things backstage, Britney Spears left fans confused, and even the director, John, confused, scratching their heads after weighing in on the project on social media because she claimed that the directed film was not going to be a biopic, but instead a fictional musical. Interesting. I mean, well, she is a singer, so I can't imagine music not being a part of it. In January, when he was asked about the confusing post, Chu kept his cool without sharing much clarification. He says, "You'll have to ask Britney what she meant by all that, but she wrote my name in one of her Instagram or tweets, and that's an honor. I love that." He added, "I think she likes to tease the audience in different ways, so let it be a mystery on her part, but I'm excited to work with her." As far as Instagram social media activity, she did recently post a video with her lawyer, Matthew Rosengart. It feels like it's been a while since we've spoken about him, so I don't know if this was a reunion or an old video of them together, but it seems like she's doing all right. Hopefully she's starting to focus a little bit more on this biopic. Wait. This is about Mark Zuckerberg and Kim Kardashian. Speaking of that family, there's a different member of it who is essentially stalked by the wealthy surfer. He wants to sleep with her more than anything. It really seems like Mark Zuckerberg is going through some kind of identity crisis. This comment reads, "I can't see Mark sleeping with anyone. He seems asexual and like he would prefer cyber sex more than anything physical." Another person asks, well, could it be Kylie Jenner? I think NT posted a blind where he said that Kim used to visit Mark so he would allow her to mess with the numbers of her followers on Instagram. Well, I think it's really about Kim Kardashian, and he is being mocked by this over the headlines. Mark Zuckerberg has been made fun of online after he posted a photo of himself wearing a Kim Kardashian hoodie, in which the hoodie says, "Kim is my lawyer." He wrote the only appropriate hoodie at Kris Jenner, and Kim replied, "Haha, I love it." One person writes, "So bizarre, this midlife crisis that you're going through," while another told him simply, "Nobody cares." Someone else argued that Mark was on a mission to tag and mingle with all these celebrities, saying, "Cut your hair, you're not a teenager or a little girl."
Something's happening with Mark Zuckerberg and the Kardashians, and I personally don't like it. I was scrolling Instagram as one does, and my little twin here, Mark, posted a photo of him wearing a sweatshirt that says "Kim is my lawyer," and he tagged Kris Jenner. And then even more weird, he posted this video alluding to the Kendall cucumber thing, again tagging them. And I'm so sick of the Kardashians. I am so sick of Mark Zuckerberg. Can't have them in my face together now. Like, I cannot have them in my face.
It does seem like a really weird match. I didn't really ever imagine Mark trying to become a celebrity like the Kardashians. And right now, Facebook's been going through a lot of changes, I guess, or Meta. And essentially, they laid off 4,000 people. And people are questioning, Mark, how can you smile when you just destroyed thousands of lives and families with Meta layoffs? Another person agreed that he's so out of touch, destroyed so many innocent people's lives, and is out here making tone-deaf jokes. He would get the karma he deserves one day. This comes after Mark Zuckerberg reportedly complained to Meta's entire staff that his internal remarks kept getting leaked to the public. In his staff meeting, he said, "We try to be really open and then everything I say leaks," as he told Meta's more than 70,000 employees in an all-hands meeting, and he said that it sucks. In a brazen attempt to further any embarrassment, Meta's Chief Information Security Officer Guy Rosen sent a company-wide email warning employees that there would be repercussions for anyone who was caught speaking to the media. "We take leaks seriously and we will take action," the memo reads. "When information is stolen or leaked, there are repercussions beyond the immediate security impact."
Now we know why Mark Zuckerberg was so quick to say that these were performance-based cuts and not a mass layoff. It's because if they did another mass layoff, they would not be able to do their H-1B visa, their certification, the labor certification for perm, because they actually had green cards blocked for a long time because of these mass layoffs. However, if they call it performance-based, even though we know it's not, then they will not get their green cards blocked. So I would encourage anyone who has been impacted by the latest round of layoffs, if you have copies of your performance reviews, if you have any other evidence, definitely go to attorneys. But unfortunately, in the current environment that we are in, I feel like Mark Zuckerberg thinks he's pretty confident he's going to get away with this.
Now, this is about Sarah Hyland and The Great Gatsby. A few weeks ago, I wrote in the space about the producers of a Broadway show not enjoying their time with the former sitcom actress. The statements that came out in the past few days about the actress give you the reason why. This comment reads, "It takes very little to get a female labeled as a problem." Another comment reads, "Damn, that's too bad. I loved her on Modern Family. She always was 150% in character." Another comment reads, "Jeff is a longtime friend and one of the most kind and considerate people I know. If he publicly called her out, she must have been really horrible." Well, let's talk about what Jeff Dye has to say about Sarah Hyland and working with her. Modern Family star Sarah Hyland was allegedly rude to everyone on set of a film. Comedian Jeff Dye appeared on a podcast last week sharing his interactions with her. While he acknowledges that his role in the film they worked on together was small, he claimed that she was a tyrant and rude to everyone. Jeff described Sarah as a pretty woman who chain smokes and is terrible. He also said that Sarah hated him and told him directly that you are what is wrong with people. In Jeff's opinion, part of the issue is that he says an actual man, and she's not used to ever dealing with masculine energy of any sort. Here's a clip of him explaining himself.
In the time that I had to be on set, Sarah Hyland was the lead. You know, she is from Modern Family. She's like a pretty woman that chain smokes and is terrible. She was such a tyrant, rude to everyone. At one point she said this, a quote. This is a quote. David, who's the director, there's extras eating at the craft service table. Like, she was annoyed that some extras wanted fucking free granola bars or whatever the hell, like it was in her kitchen or something. Oh, God forbid these bored extras wanted to, like, it was so annoying. Then at one point, she hated me, by the way, like, just hated me. At one point she said, and this is also a quote, "You're what is wrong with people." Oh, because I'm an actual man, you know. She's not used to ever, like, you know, masculine energy of any sort.
And that wasn't Jeff's only time working with Sarah.
She tried to show everyone, like, the new Dumbo trailer had just dropped, like, that day, like the live action Dumbo, and she was showing it to us all. But they're all like in this hierarchy of Hollywood where it's like, she's number one on the call sheet. We have to, like, pander to her. If she's mean to us, just let her be mean to us. And if she's sad, pretend like it's okay that she's sad. But she was a tyrant. She was literally like a terrible person. So everyone's like, oh, Sarah's showing us something. She wanted to show them the Dumbo trailer on a phone, right? We're all like around, you know, oh, she's showing us something on her phone. So I was pretending to be interested. She starts crying to, like, let us know how moved she is by the Dumbo trailer. And I just said, I didn't even mean it. I just wanted to ruin the moment. I go, yeah, that looks gay. I ruined her little showpiece of, like, look how much I'm into the arts, that I'm moved by Dumbo. And I just wanted to ruin it. And I did. I ruined it. And she hated me. And I, you know, whatever. I was off the set the next day.
Now, the host of the podcast asked him, how do we know that it's not you that rubs her the wrong way? And Jeff says that the way that he saw it was that she was behaving with everyone in a rude and tyrant way. And he claimed he spoke with other people on set asking if they thought she was mean, to which they all agreed. He concluded that he wasn't concerned about bad-mouthing Sarah and potentially losing work. He said he doesn't care at all. I'm just being honest. So that's a scary person to deal with because he is ruthless and he could probably get in trouble because she is currently working and busy, so somebody likes her.
Let me start off by saying I was just doing a podcast and then they asked me about acting and show business. I have no interest in ruining Sarah Hyland's reputation. It seems like she's doing a great job of that on her own. I've gotten thousands of text messages and emails of people being like, thank God you said something. She's so mean. I've seen her here. She did this. She's not a great lady. I'm not trying to be mean. Maybe she just had a bad 3 days in a row while we were working together. But when I met her and the entire time I was there, she was nothing to brag about.
This one's about Shakira. This permanent A-list singer is going to have to cancel her tour because she isn't going to be able to pull it off, and ticket sales are not doing well. I've always been a fan of Shakira, but it does seem like her recent tour is a ripoff of Beyonce's tour, and it's just a money grab. But I do hope that she's doing well in the hospital. I mean, that's pretty scary. This comment reads, can the average person really afford these concert prices lately? Maybe it's not the artist's fault, but the economy? Another comment reads, is she really an A-list person if people aren't buying tickets to go and see her? Now, it looks like she was recently hospitalized in Lima. She is currently on tour in Peru, and she had to postpone one of her shows because I guess she had this like medical emergency, which again, medical anxiety is setting in. In a statement posted to her Instagram story, she wrote that she had to go to the emergency room due to an abdominal condition. Ouch. The doctors who are taking care of me have informed me that I'm not in the condition to perform a concert tonight, she said. I'm very sad not to be able to get onto stage. I've been full of excitement and anticipation to see my Peruvian fans again. Our plan is to do the show as soon as possible. My team and the promoter are working on a new date to provide you. So we are sending some healing vibes to Shakira, but as I mentioned, it seems like she's copying Beyonce's tour, and I wanted to include a TikTok example of this.
Shakira cannot stop reheating Beyonce's nachos. This is scary. Oh. Not the find your way back visuals. What? Okay, Shakira. There's just no way. I've heard of inspiration before, but... Wow. You Shakira stans got a lot to explain, because what? The comments have me dying. Someone said this is the Renacimiento tour. Because why is everything literally carbon copy Beyonce?
It looks like she absolutely copied Beyonce. Like she went there to go and take some notes and just make it her own, which typically everything in media is somewhat of a copy and paste or a rework, but at least like change the colors a little bit, like maybe not silver, maybe gold, just something a little bit different. But I want to hear what you guys think of this episode of Blind Item Breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. Are you guys still loving this series? Are we still loving it? Is it your favorite? But also go and check out this week's Let's Get Into It podcast. We had a different format, a bunch of hot topics. I think you guys would really enjoy it. So go and check it out, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.